Good morning. Another session with Dan Can Cook. Before I start though, I'd like to talk about something that happened yesterday. Karen and I went to the store to pick up some more apples, and yesterday I mentioned to you how this actually for me is a lifesaver. A simple apple with acid reflux, heartburn, all that good stuff goes away with an apple. After, probably 15 years on different AIDS prescriptions, I quit all that and discovered apples. So please pass that along. The reason I mentioned that, when we were buying them yesterday in the store, there was a fellow that had a bunch of Tums behind me. And oh boy, what a difference that makes. But anyways, today what we're going to make is some pancakes. Not just any pancakes, but we've got some great apple and cinnamon pancakes. And we're going to have some, these were actually frozen, blueberries. I actually like the wild blueberries the best. They're smaller. I think tastier too. And then we have some chocolate chips we're going to put in. For our ingredients, pretty simplistic. Our pancake mix, which I already poured into this container. An egg. And some water. Now before I mention that though, what I'd like to talk about, what we're going to use as toppings or syrups today. Karen's dad loves to send us good stuff, and we thank him for it. But today we have some buttered pecan, some wild blueberry, which I like very much, and of course the old standby, which is still my old favorite, maple syrup. And this is from New York. This was the last of it. I just dumped into here. So we'll use this today. We have more. We just haven't opened yet. But one thing I'd like to share is this is what solidifies on the bottom of that. And actually it's very good tasting. It's just it's just sugar. Very flavorful. It's just crystallized. Now getting back to my pancakes. Got my skillet on the fire, and I better start it. Put my egg in, add just some water, and again I don't measure, I just go by hook and crook, by feel. I personally like a little bit runnier, lighter texture. By the way, sometime I'll make you my Nutella crepes, but not today. And if we have more people over, then I get out my grill. It's a big tray, so I can make many at once. It's just Karen and I this morning. By the way, all our Easy Rider family and our Friends of Mankind friends, very welcome to join us anytime. One of our websites, look on the YouTube, Friends of Mankind, that's one of my channels. You can find us on Facebook under Easy Rider Motorcycle Training, or under our names, Daniel Blecha, or Karen Blecha, of course. And I also have some sites, warmheartedworld.wordcom. I think this is just about ready. My grill should be heating up. Test it here first. And I like to do a simple test. Just a little drip in. No, not quite. Got my spatula, my plate here handy, And I like to butter them as soon as I can, as soon as I get the next pancakes thrown in. By the way, what I did is put a little bit of olive oil in again. Love my olive oils. Extra virgin, first cold press. A little bit purer, a little bit more flavor. I need another fork here. First want to get those blueberries in. You hear that? The water, the liquid from the blueberries, the moment they hit the olive oil, the hot olive oil, that's what you're hearing. And just a few chocolate chips. Not a lot, but just a few. Sometimes I'll make little faces for Karen, whatnot, just to bring a smile to her face. Got those cooking, won't take long. Looking pretty good. I'll turn my heat down just a little bit. I kind of like to adjust on the fly as needed. I drive Karen nuts. Sometimes it turns out great, to be honest, sometimes not so good. But I'm always experimenting. Another minute, these should be done. Don't like them to overcook, of course. That is thickening already. Like to have a little bit of water handy for that purpose. Back to my water. Sometimes a little bit goes a long way. I think I'll make 3 that time only because I misjudged. Now a little bit of butter on these. As I say, I like to do it on the flies while they're still warm. And I won't use a lot, just a little bit. The heat is fine. Is that ready to go? My spatula. Oops, oh my goodness, I forgot to put my chocolate chips and blueberries in, but that's okay. Always forgetting something. But you know what? Sometimes some of the greatest discoveries were from a mistake. And that's why I'm always experimenting. There we go. No harm done. Penicillin was an error. By the way, just found out the other day, we went to a Gamble's. It's a place down in Port Orange for the Gamble family of Ivory soap fame. came to be known. Well, anyways, Ivory soap was actually a mistake also. An employee, he forgot to take the I guess device that pumps some air into it out, and all of a sudden, then he packaged them up. He didn't want to get caught at his mistake until Mr. Gamble got a bunch of calls for more orders. The stores couldn't keep them on the shelves. People loved them because they floated. Well, then he discovered why. What happened? Obviously, it was his employee's error. That's why we all today know Ivory soap floats. And I've got just a couple more I'm going to finish up with. I'm pretty good at guessing just about the right amount to dump in. I say pretty good. We laugh sometimes. Then we'll finish this up. And actually, that'll be just plenty for both of us. You know what? I think what I'll do is put some blueberries in a couple of them, but leave maybe one of them. We can split for puppies, or 3 dogs. It's a little treat for them. No chocolate for them, though. Chocolate's not good for dogs. I'm going to turn my heat actually off now. And then I'll go back to buttering. It's just about now. And this is for my puppies. I think I'll put it on this plate for them later. That should work out fine. There we go. This is our morning's breakfast. And again, this is Dan Can Cook. Another session. And all of our friends and family, come on over and join us. See you again soon. Goodbye now.